Artificial intelligence. Yeah, that loud, controversial fucking thing. Degenerative, optimizing, creating extra problems, giving opportunities, taking away jobs and opportunities, stupid, smart, useless, great AI. Everyone and their mother has already talked about it. I was too lazy to talk about it back then, but I defeated my laziness and now you're listening to me. God, this topic has annoyed the hell out of everyone. In today's video, I will try to explain using a pretty simple analogy why artists' assets start burning the moment AI is mentioned in their presence. Chapter 1. So, we all think we perfectly understand how AI works. People just take artworks that already exists, often works that already underpaid or outsourced, and feed it to a neural network, and depending on the prompt, spits out whatever it can. Sometimes it's random, sometimes it depends on the virtuosity of the prompt writer. But we're not going to talk about how AI works right now. Instead, let's try to understand how ethical it actually is to use AI to create images and then claim authorship over them. And we will do that with a pretty simple analogy. But first, we need to define some terminology, specifically style. Many people mistakenly think style is something you can just stumble upon one day, like you're walking down the road and suddenly, oh wow, look, I found a style. But in reality it doesn't work like that. Style is something you have from the very beginning. It grows with you, it changes with you, or you change it, consciously or not. So style is not a coin you find on the road, it's more like a child whose hand you hold and drag through your entire life, rising and shaping them along the way. Now imagine this analogy. Imagine you have a child. A beautiful, talented child, successful in many ways. You poured your entire soul into raising them. You love them more than anything. You're proud of them. Everyone praises your kid, compliments them, admires them, and by extension, admires you as their creator. Your child is your treasure, but you're not a dragon. You can't lock your treasure inside your house forever and admire it alone. So of course you send them to school, like everyone else. You can probably guess where this is going. One day, your daughter comes home later than usual. She looks confused and shaken. You ask what happened, and she says that on the way home, some people in black kidnapped her, brought her to some building, scanned her, and then dropped her back exactly where they took her. They didn't give her candy or money, which is good of course, but in our analogy, the artist gets absolutely fucking nothing from this situation. That's the point. Anyway, since in this imaginary world the police either don't exist or completely useless, you decided to just forget about this incident. Sometime later, you go outside and you see your daughter. But not quite your daughter. She looks like your kid, but something's wrong. Like she has autism or something. You think, coincidence? Then you see another one. But this one has crooked arms. Then another one that looks exactly your daughter but with a completely dead, lifeless stare. You're horrified. You grab your real daughter, lock yourself inside the house, turn on the TV, and find out that a new super machine has appeared that can clone children. And the best, or in this case the worst, part is that these children can be modified. Mix it with other people's children, alter it whatever you want. You no longer need to suffer through decades of struggle to raise a child. You can just steal someone else's suffering and their achievements and claim them as your own. Sounds fucking offensive, but also kinda cool, except in reality the result is completely random. Most of the time these clone kids come out defective, mutations, something wrong, but sometimes a child comes out that looks exactly like your daughter, but even more perfect, like a doll. But that's the problem. She looks like a doll. Perfect facial features, but completely dead gaze. Feel the horror of this situation? Because that's basically what happened to Hayao Miyazaki and a bunch of other famous artists. At least, in their case, people still recognize that those are clones of their children. But in many other cases, nobody does. Someone can create a child identical to yours and say it's entirely theirs, because they were the one who struggled to refine the randomness. And nobody will say a word. People might even admire them, prize them. So yeah, hopefully this analogy is enough to explain why, from a moral perspective, using neural networks like this feels really fucking unethical. And at this point, people will say, well, so what? That's progress. Nobody gives a shit about your feelings. Go cry into a pillow, you outdated flowflakes. And I will say, okay, and go to make another video about AI. It might look like I'm totally a hater, but that's not the case. You could call me a hypocrite, but I believe these two truths can coexist. Cause when has progress ever been ethical clean? Someone always had to suffer. After the Industrial Revolution, laborers were left homeless. When cars appeared, horses were slaughtered in mass. Right now, generative AI doesn't and can't pose that kind of existential threat. Ultimately, AI will be just a tool. Because honestly, it's not capable of being anything more. And that's exactly what my next video will be about. Why AI actually can't replace humans, and why great ideas or meanings have nothing to do with it. And if you like this video, or agree with my opinion, or even if you don't, write in the comments, let's discuss. And in the background, I will play the speed paints of my drawing practice.